publishing a book, because at the end of the day, everyone has a story they can tell. And what a legacy it leaves for somebody, isn't it, Karen, to have a book?
There's nothing like it. You know, Neil, you can be on radio shows, you can be on TVs, and it's kind of TV, it's kind of fleeting. But when you have a book in print, people look at you differently. And so, yes, I think having a book is really critical, whether it's a memoir, whether it's a bio, whether it's, writing for your business, whatever you want it for, it will definitely benefit.
And a lot of people, I think there's a big percentage. I saw some of these numbers out there that so many people have a story to write and just won't do it. What's keeping them from writing it? I mean, there's like, I think that the population, 80% of the people want to write a book, but only 10% or 20% have written one.
How about 2%? How
Yeah,
about
2%.
2% actually get it done? And out of that, maybe 1% actually get it published.
Wow.
So, yeah. So if you're part of that 2%, congratulations. What stops people, there are so many limiting beliefs. And so one of them is, I'm not an expert. Nobody knows who I am. Why will people read what I have to say? And what holds them back is, it's almost like, oh my God, if I put my story out there in public, then I can't take it back. I can't hide from myself. And so it's very overwhelming. It can be a very overpowering feeling. And so they may start writing, and then you put it in the drawer, the proverbial desk drawer, never be to be seen again.
And the reason is time, organization, not hiring the right people that around you to help you through this process. What do you think?
Well, it's all of the above, but part of it is, yes. I say to people, look, I wouldn't do my own taxes because I don't know how to do them. And you would wind up visiting me in jail if I actually did my own taxes. So I hire the professional. I hire people who do them all the time. And so I think that people need a little push, right? They need help. Um, Writing the book on your own um, only gets you so far. And so I think that you definitely need a team of people to work with you to make sure that you're going to be put out in the best light.
How do we know if someone has a story to write? Is it that's the other thing? Do they have a book in them? Because some people just maybe don't have a book in them. Or do you think everyone has a book?
Everybody has a book. Everybody has a story, and a lot of people might say, you know what? Nobody wants to hear my story. And you know what? That's true. No one wants to hear your story, but they want to hear it in the context of what's in it for me as the reader. And so when you put your story in that context, people can resonate with you. They relate to, your story, whether you went through a bout of cancer, whether you went through a divorce or abuse of some sort. Everybody has a unique story and a unique way of telling that story. So that's why everyone does have at least one book inside of them.
At least one. Could be more.
Could be more.
It could be
Definitely
more.
could be more.
And so what are the steps involved if someone thinks they want to try to write a book? What are your recommendations?
So for one thing, I would I call it book mapping. Essentially, the first thing to do is make a list of everything you could possibly write about, right? Talk about your business if you're running a business. Write about your hobbies, whether that's cooking or knitting or sewing or whatever, and just write a list. And then just circle those things that excite you more. So things will bubble up to the surface. That's one thing. And then I would say research also how you want to publish, because that's part of the anxiety of writing a book. How am I going to get this out to the world? Am I going to self-publish? And am I going to try and hire an agent so to get traditionally published? Or am I going to go with hybrid publishing? And do I even know what hybrid publishing is? And what does that entail? So do some research on that. Um, those are two major things you can do. And the third thing I would do is, you know what? Keep a journal, keep a notebook, write something every single day. And it doesn't have to make sense. Just write something every day or something that you are observing. And eventually, when you are going to start this book, all of these great stories are you're going to have recorded because you're writing something every day.
Hmm. These are great tips, and ultimately, get started now. Don't wait.
Never wait. No, there really is an urgency, because tomorrow is not guaranteed, right? And so, this sounds a little stark, but I don't want people to die with their message left inside of them. So let's go do it.
And the first step is those steps that you've offered. But if they're still confused, they can contact you, right? And you're offering our listeners and viewers something today, right?
I am. It's called Karen's $1,000,000 Rolodex. And it's basically I've been in the publishing industry for 38 years, and it's resources of website designers and cover designers and editors, and marketing people, publicists, everything you need to know, whether you're traditionally published, hybrid publishing, or self-publishing. So I'm offering that to your audience for free. And then you can connect with me once you download that resource.
So do you publish yourself, Karen, or do you help people? It depends on their journey, where you go.
Oh, yeah, we are Hybrid Global Publishing, and you can go to hybridglobalpublishing.com. We are a full service publisher. So we don't take every book. We do assessments, of it, but we mostly do we love nonfiction, we do memoir, we do some fiction, but I would love to do more fiction, to be honest. We don't really do children's books. But I can recommend something, some other people for you if that's what you have. But yeah, hybridglobalpublishing.com, and you can contact me that way as well.
So kind of go really quickly into defining what hybrid publishing is.
Hybrid is a cross between self-publishing and traditional publishing. I think it's the best of both worlds because the best hybrid publishers have a team of people they have already vetted. So you don't have to go try and find people on Fiverr or find an editor. Half the people don't even know what kind of editing they need. Copy editing, proofreading, developmental editing, ghostwriting. It's very confusing. For such a small industry, the publishing industry has so many words. It's like learning Greek. So, so basically, um, sorry, basically, you're gonna learn about publishing, through that way. And so, hybrid embraces you, has the team already. But it's beautiful because it can publish in a fast way, the way self-publishing would be, 12 to 14 weeks. You don't have to wait 2 years to get a book out with traditional publishing. And you own the rights, like just in self-publishing, you own the rights to your intellectual property. And that's really, really important. You get a lion's share of the proceeds of the royalties. So, but the beautiful thing about hybrid is you've got that team of expert people around you to help you write the book and promote the book, and distribute the book. So you're really enveloped, and taken care of.
All right. Thanks again, Karen. We appreciate you coming by and a
Thank you,
great
Neil.
conversation.